The sun is setting here in Indianapolis, but the sun is rising on the road to Los Angeles 2028 as we are at the USA Lacrosse Experience at Carroll Stadium. And get ready for the third game of day 2. This one sees the USA women battling Great Britain. Glenn Clark alongside Mitch Belisle, and Mitch, the USA women very much looked the part on day 1. What we expected to see from them, they gave us exactly that. Dominant in 2 games. This is an absolute chock full of stars roster, and they are playing like that to this point.
They have certainly done their part to spread the wealth and make sure that they are getting touches. Everyone is playing good defense, pushing the pace in offense, and making it count. Breakaway after breakaway after breakaway, as we saw, using that blazing speed that this team is so known for.
35-1, a win over Colombia. 27-9, a win over Puerto Rico. Meanwhile, Great Britain certainly looked the part yesterday. They defeated Puerto Rico 17-13 and a similar 32-1 victory over Colombia. And this is a big moment for Team Great Britain, right? They want to make that step up as we move towards the Olympics and show that they can compete with the best countries in the world.
They want to let everyone know that they're here on this international stage, and they've got some top players. Georgie Southorn, 5 goals against Puerto Rico. They had 9 total scores in that game. And then Olivia Wimpenny has been great. She had 5 against Colombia. She had 4 points against Puerto Rico. So those 2 are really their leaders offensively, but they're getting contributions from players all over the field, including those like Lauren Hart, who are at UC Davis, and Alice Ripper, who's down at UNC.
We are just about set for this one. Team USA in the white shirts, white shorts, the blue numerals, and white helmets. They'll be attacking right to left on your internet dial. Great Britain, red shirts, blue shorts, white numerals. They'll be attacking left to right. I say the helmets. It's only the goalies that wear the helmets, obviously, in women's lacrosse. We've just been doing an awful lot of games, both men's and women's this weekend, so it's habitual. Underway, Great Britain wins the opening draw. But give it away, give it away, give it away now. Marie McCool comes away with it. Team USA pushes for the first time. McCool, Apuzzo, Mastriani, Charlotte North, Allie Kennedy, and in goal, Kaylee Waters for Team USA, the starters tonight. Good find in front. Marie McCool, what a weekend she has had.
Nice job by McCool to slip up that seam. England was in a zone, and they just let too much space for McCool to find as she brought her stick around and then buried that one 5-hole.
First goal of the game belongs to Marie McCool. That shot won't get through. Ground ball picked back up. Wimpenny fires it high. It was deflected, so it'll stay down here with Great Britain. And Kaylee Waters politely disagreeing, but her opinion not going to have much bearing on the outcome. Oh? Says you silly announcer man. Apparently now the officials.
We've got a difference in opinion between the officials. They're going to talk through it. They're both saying, yes, it was a deflection. It's going back to England, and now they got to reestablish the shot clock. They're going to, I believe, hand count it.
So just like I said, the opinion didn't matter. I was right all along with Kaylee Waters.
This is game number 11 for us, so you'll have to pardon us if you're just joining us for your first game. A little inside jokes, a little fun has been had.
A little punch drunk, a little bit of everything.
But at the same time, we've seen some great lacrosse.
It's been an awesome weekend. We are so grateful to be here. And what a shot. A rifle from Emma Oakley. Her first of the day. Great Britain with a tremendous response.
That was very reminiscent of what Charlotte North did against Puerto Rico, kind of stepping in like you're taking the shot. But what I really liked about Oakley, she dropped her stick to the side and used that sidearm shot to let it fly. As Marie McCool, what a second look there.
Rita, that is tic-tac-toe lacrosse to perfection. Kenzie Kent to Ellie Macera.
I said second look, and then they made another pass across. As you see, Macera is just easy bat in on the back door, and now we've got a 2-on-1 here.
Slowed down for Ellie Macera. That's her first of the game. And like everybody else, she's had a busy weekend. Now her 5th goal in her third game.
Stony Brook grad, now coaching in South Bend, Indiana at Notre Dame.
2-1, Macera trying to get free, sends it to the other side, thinking about the step down Weeks, decides better of it. Moved in towards the middle, tangled up. A little bit too aggressive from Tors Anderson defending against Casey Choma.
I was to say, there was some physical defense on the outside. Actually, it was Emma Savage, number 8, that was playing some tough defense one-on-one, but then on the interior, even more carnage.
And now coming over to the...
Looks like Alice Ripper will be taking the seat as what we've affectionately started to call the chair of despair.
So a 30-second penalty. Team USA, woman up for the first time. Good fake. Choma right to the middle. It's deflected, but not really caught or shot through a lot of traffic. Whittington picks it up, starts the fast break, and it is punctuated by Anna Neville.
And what a pass from number 8.
Great Britain
Emma
goal
Savage.
scored by number 7, Anna
Talked
Neville.
about Savage's tough defense, showing that she can zip the ball in transition. She draws the defense, moves it over. And then Neville, who's been so strong for this squad this whole weekend.
Her 5th of the weekend for Neville, 2-2, and Great Britain with a chance to go in front. We're going to get a timeout taken very early on in this one by Phil Collier, maybe recognizing a little bit of the moment here.
Well, that's one. I feel like with 2 timeouts per half, a lot of these teams have left timeouts on the board. So I don't dislike taking one in the first quarter, assuming you're with only 8 minutes, right? There's not so many opportunities in the back and forth. There's not so many opportunities to use timeouts, other than maybe when there's 30 seconds left, you want to put in an offense, or if you were the Columbia men and you scored every single time that was the issue last game, is they just didn't call any timeouts.
Right.
But I like this early timeout to get aligned. They're 2-2 with USA. Let's get the next goal and let's get a lead here.
That's
towards
exactly
the end of
what
the
I'm
first
thinking.
quarter.
It's crazy to think that the moment could be in the first quarter, right? But here you have the chance to maybe start making Team USA doubt themselves a little bit. Like, hey, what's going on here? What's happening? Why are we trailing? That's not something we're used to doing.
Start earning at rates that beat
Yeah, put
most
the
banks.
pressure on.
Visit
Great Britain.
Cambridge.io for more information.
Out of the timeout. Let's see. Great Britain dials up, and it's not going to matter, as instead it's taken away. Ali Mastriani trying to push.
Look at this rush, a 4-on-1.
Great find and a tremendous finish from Apuzzo.
Sam Apuzzo has been a scoring machine for the United States.
Number 2, Sam Apuzzo.
First of the night, 7th of the weekend for Apuzzo. And the U.S. does indeed go back in front, 3-2.
U.S. playing one-on-one, matched up, so they're not in that zone that we saw England in earlier. They're playing one-on-one, but not as much pressure. We saw against some of these other countries pressing out all the way to the midline. Here they've dropped back, a little bit more conservative, feeling out England.
McCool considering, up top to Macera.
England's still in that zone.
Team USA has had no problem working through the middle. Oh, that time going with the rifle. And who else? Allie Kennedy. She's had an unbelievable weekend. 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points. That one too high. Goes the other way. And a reminder, if you're just watching sixes for the first time, that's the way it works. No backup. You miss a shot entirely, it's going the other way. It's a turnover, like that one will be.
Good defense there, forcing those outside shots. In this game that's so fast, you really want to take away anything on the inside, force those outside shots, and just dare shooters to beat the goalies, especially when you've got Kaylee Waters or Taylor Moreno in net. Right now it's Kaylee Waters, but equally as effective stopping the ball.
Yeah, Tar Heel for Tar Heel, the swap in goal. Alice Ripper, speaking of the Tar Heels, a current Tar Heel, misses the shot wide. Team USA gets it back. McCool camped out, makes her move, but she is stoned by Dylan Whittington.
Marie McCool had done that exact same thing, kind of sneaking on the backside of the zone and dropping the stick and putting a 5-hole, but that time Whittington said, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. Not gonna happen.
Not, well, I won't get fooled again. And a lot of trouble. Nowhere that Shires could go with it. It's out on the turf, and it's taken away by Dempsey Arsenal.
I believe it's Kayla Wood that might be going to the box here. They're going to call a green card. Hold. They're going with a hold.
If it's Wood, she's in no rush.
No, I believe it's Miss Sarah that they're going to send to the chair of despair.
So woman up opportunity here for Great Britain to try to get it back to 3-3. Tie it back up.
Green card is United States number 6, Ellie Massera.
They have certainly looked like they belong on the same field in the early going of this one. Good movement and spacing on the woman up, but Shire's not able to finish it off the cut.
Great cut there. I love the action they had, the crisscross cutters, hitting the second player, and now a little forecheck here by England, trying to earn it back, but it tips off of a red stick and out.
They still had a couple of seconds on the woman up, so it made sense for them to send some pressure. We saw them have a lot of success with their pressure against Colombia. Obviously, quite a different level of competition tonight against Team USA.
And Great Britain, encompassing not just England, but Scotland and Wales. This Great Britain squad, they feel like one of their advantages is there's just a lot of European sixes competition, so they've just had more chances to play the sixes game. And you can see right now how they're just so level-headed and cool in this scenario.
Apuzzo gets it back, but Whittington stepping up and making another great save.
Little swim move, shoots with her left hand for that far corner, and what a save to swat that away by Whittington and keep control.
Couple of fakes. Torres Anderson thought she was going to let it fly. Instead, moves it over to Southorn. Her shot not on target. Interesting that in the last game for Great Britain, they gave Perec the entire game in cage. I wonder if it's the same strategy tonight for Whittington.
Oh, nice one touch. The pass inside, just almost like a redirect in there.
But right off of Whittington. Closing seconds of this first quarter, Great Britain trying to even it back up. Instead, they'll throw it away. Well, track it back down. Over and back. 5 seconds left.
Not sure why the clock stopped there. Maybe, is there a penalty?
Must be,
there's
yes.
a penalty.
So not an over and back instead, yeah.
Green card issued to the United
Choma
States
with the
number
green
3,
card.
Casey
5 seconds
Choma.
here for Great Britain. Try to score before the end of the quarter, or they'll just choose to hold it and have the ball to start quarter number 2.
So we will go down 25% in face-offs today.
That's a great point. Only
USA
3
3-2
at most
over
in
Great
this
Britain.
game, if there's no overtime. 3-2. Team USA in front of Great Britain after 1 quarter here at the USA Lacrosse Experience
All right,
in
fans, keep
Indianapolis.
time. Now it's time to get a t-shirt if you want.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now at Gainbridge.io.
Big weekend in Indianapolis. Not only, of course, the USA Lacrosse Experience, but there you see Lucas Oil Stadium tonight. Pink getting the party started here in downtown Indy. Last night, we were wandering back to the hotel, took in a little bit of Randy Hauser and Justin Moore playing at the amphitheater. Lots of big events here in Indianapolis. That's why USA Lacrosse is here for the USA Lacrosse Experience. It is a big event town.
Great walkable city. People were out and about enjoying the evening. It was glorious.
So far, Great Britain hanging in there, trailing just 3-2. They start the quarter warming up, but not able to take advantage. And now an opportunity for Allie Kennedy on the breakaway.
You're not catching Allie Kennedy. And she did such a great job of keeping that ball alive. She went for the initial scoop and kind of duffed it, but then kicked it forward to herself, scooped it up, and she just has that blazing speed.
The Ohio State assistant coach with her first of the game, and her team is up 4-2. Tilly Shires tries to skip it in through traffic from outside. It's wide. And back the way of Team USA, 6th of the weekend for Allie Kennedy.
Glenn, you know what I loved? Every single USA goal in the first quarter was assisted. They were sharing the ball well, they were finding the extra pass, and they were cutting hard through the middle. That's an area where I think England is going to have to get cutters to the inside, and there's Ali Mastriani with a beautiful little top step.
And then she fires it home.
Goal scored by number 12,
First of the game
Ali
for Mastriani, and her 8th of the weekend. And now Team USA with a bit of breathing room. They stretch the lead out to 5-2.
And so that first quarter, they have those 3 assisted goals, and then back-to-back unassisted goals for Kennedy. A nice little twister there.
Tremendous move by Alice Ripper. Lost some of the angle, but able to go across her body to get it around Waters. Alice Ripper, the North Carolina Tar Heel, with her first of the game. She's had a very nice weekend.
We talked about it last night, but a cool, unique experience that took her to UNC. A nice save one-on-one with Marie McCool there.
And it's not going to be Whittington going the distance, because Sienna Perec is into the game and making her presence known, denying Marie McCool in that one-on-one spot.
The rare mishandle there for Team USA as they throw the ball away and come up with an empty possession.
Perec from London, by way of the University of Nottingham. She has allowed 11 goals, made 14 saves in 7 quarters of action so far here at the USA Lacrosse Experience.
And the stand's starting to fill up. You see the fans directly behind the goal, kind of a cool setup. Those seats were unoccupied last night, but now starting to fill up. And then the beautiful Carroll Stadium Crescent starting to pack it. So Ellie Macera goes for the sidearm shot, but Perec with another save.
That's a beautiful save from Perec. It's been on her game so far, cutting through and making it count. Defense to offense, Olivia Wimpenny for the first time tonight.
That's back-to-back England goals, another twister there.
8th of the weekend for Wimpenny. Oh, what a response. You remember, that's Charlotte North.
Who else?
That's what she can do.
An absolute rip. We were talking with Coach Andy Shea about how she's just different, and how she shoots is game-changing.
Yeah, Andy Shea was raving about the women's team. Great find. Speaking about raving, you can rave about that offensive set that leads to Anna Neville's 2nd goal of the game. Great Britain back within 1 at 6-5. Yeah, Andy Shea profusive in his praise of this group of women. And you can understand why. You said yesterday they're like the Monstars. Just an insane amount of talent.
I love how USA uses behind the cage. I feel like they might do that better than anyone. They carry behind the cage, and as they carry, they have cutters coming from different corners, and then they're always replacing. I talked a little bit to Ali Mastriani, and she talked about you never want to stay back there, but having a flash back there or an outlet back there is so important, so that way if you don't have any looks up top, you can move it behind and turn the heads of the defense.
Correct. Turning aside a Kuykendall shot. Team USA gets it back, and the Charlotte North show. Oh, my.
Just
get your popcorn.
Lethal. Look at this. Wait. Hammer.
You feel like you do everything else right. You feel like you have defended well, And then Charlotte North reminds you that she can do that. All right, if you're taking away this, if you're taking away that, don't forget, oh, I also have this in my bag.
And what I think is so smart there is the dangerous propel rule in women. So if you shoot and there's a defender in front of you, you hit her in the air above the knee, you're out of the game. So what I love there, Charlotte North recognizes there's quite a bit of bodies in front of the cage. Instead of just letting it fly sidearm or mid-range, she bounces that one. So worst case scenario, you hit a shin or a knee, you stay in the game. Best case scenario, you skip it through, everyone goes in. And that was obviously the best case scenario result.
Second goal of the game, 11th of the weekend for the superstar Charlotte North. I actually took a picture. I'm thinking about posting it up on Twitter later. Before the game, there was a group of youth players that was down on the field, and I saw, I think, 8 of them wearing Charlotte North t-shirts. She's a star, man. And not to take away from any of the other stars on this team, because there's Izzy Skane's a star. You know, Allie Kennedy's a star. There are stars all over this field. Watch this one more time, Charlotte North. That was the first one. And then we'll see the other one that you were just talking about.
Do you see where her eyes were? And that's what's so cool about in the women's game. You can actually see their eyes. You saw her look at the goalie, make sure there's no defenders in front of her, and then just puts that in the only spot that Perek was not able to cover.
Out of the timeout, Team USA gets it back. So Great Britain, no timeouts remaining here in this first half. Dump it in front. Michelle McCool, her second of the game. Team USA stretches that lead out to 8-5.
Marie McCool is so good at finding that little seam under the bottom corner of the zone, and that's the third time they've found her, second time she scored.
Wimpenny fighting through, dumps it to the doorstep through traffic, but Robertson not able to swing down on it. Looks like there is a penalty, however.
Looks like Alice Ripper's checking her hands, see if she got chopped there, and Ali Mastriani will take a seat.
Mastriani, 2022 NCAA champion.
World Box Lacrosse champion.
That's correct, and part of the World Championship team in field back in 2022. Taken away, plucked down by Allie Kennedy. She's scooting ahead, and the woman down goal.
Allie Kennedy, top of the penalty kill, is lethal. She'll knock down passes. She'll pick them off clean. She will pick them up, and no one will catch her. You got to mark her up with your fastest player, and you got to make sure that you have someone getting back, because breakaways, she's going to score every time.
Allie Kennedy takes it to the house. She was Trick Daddy, making it 9-5.
Good interior checks by Team USA to force that into the belly of a Great Britain player.
And the other way, taking it home, Cassidy Weeks, her first of the game.
Goal by number 1,
and Team USA asserting themselves in this second quarter, stretching the lead out to 10-5. The Americans with an outstanding quarter. 7 goals.
Anna Neville is going to get a yellow card. She'll get the first yellow card we'll see of the game. That's a 1-minute penalty. There's the minor penalties, 30 seconds, which we've only seen minors so far until that. And then the majors, which is a 1 minute. If you get 3 majors, you're out of the game. For the first time, we saw one player get 2 majors last game, but have not yet seen someone expelled.
Great hidden ball trick, tremendous movement, a great fake, and an excellent finish. All of that was outstanding. Ellie Macera putting it home.
Goal by number 6, Ellie
now
Macera.
taken away, Macera in transition. Oh, that one, Perek able to stop and find before it could trickle over. The previous goal for Macera was her second. We watch it again.
That was post, back, post, hand, and then up and out.
A little bit of everything there. 11-5. Great Britain just trying to find some sort of momentum here before the half. It's got to feel like a freight train hit them, and that's a great response.
England definitely scoring by committee. They had 12 unique goal scorers against Colombia, so everyone on their team able to put the ball in the back of the net.
Great Britain goal scored
That
by
time it was
number
Sophia
2,
Wise.
Sophia Wise.
For Wise, that's her first of the game. And her 6th of the weekend, and right before the horn, Team USA gets it back.
What a
United
quick
States
stick
goal
there.
Scored by number 3,
And
Casey
for Casey
Choma.
Choma, her first of the game. And at the half, Team USA in front, 12-6. When we come back in, we'll have first half highlights. Get you caught up on everything else that's already happened and what's still to come. That's all on the way. Day 2 of the USA Lacrosse Experience.
If they could see themselves play and then we can correct it and then bring those corrections to the field, that's every coach's dream.
When a child picks up a lacrosse stick, they welcome the wonder of something new. They gain a community and the lasting friendships it creates. At USA Lacrosse, we believe the sport is an opportunity for families to create a lasting connection and make memories that last a lifetime. Catch the fun and bring a friend to pick up and play. During National Celebrate Lacrosse Week this November, head to usalacrosse.com/celebrate lacrosse to find a clinic near you.
Every player knows the skills you learn on the field can be the foundation for anything you choose to do in life.
Thank you for connecting me to a greater community.
We're growing beyond goals on the field.
And our futures are united.
So thank you, lacrosse.
For inspiring me to be me.
We are better,
Safer.
And wiser together.
And we're building a stronger future
For everyone.
Having a great weekend here in Indianapolis. Team USA in front of Great Britain, 12-6 at the break. We have a lot of great partners that we have thoroughly enjoyed all weekend, like Bibibap, Asian Grill, incredible food from Bibibop, also incredible food to be found at Condado's, Taco, Tequila, and Margarita. And you were telling me about this sandwich shop that you love, Mitch Bilal.
Penn Station East Coast Subs kept us well fed yesterday afternoon, and Taylor's Bakery, baked goods, coffee, everything you could ever want in the morning, always was welcoming us here at Carroll Stadium each day when we arrived.
We are grateful for every single one of them. We're grateful for you for being with us, and we're grateful for our crew for firing these first half highlights that you're going to enjoy right now. A little bit of a slow start for Team USA, right? Didn't start to pull away until the second quarter.
They were always a little bit slower coming out of the gates. It was only 5-3 over Puerto Rico after that first quarter. They used an 8-1 run in that Puerto Rico game. In this game, you see them really start to turn on the Jets here as they get into that late part of the second quarter, but it's all about assisted goals and speed. Allie Kennedy, she is unbelievable in her ability to knock the ball down and then transition onto offense. England, though, utilizing their size and their speed, a couple twisters to beat the goaltender, but speaking of beating goaltenders, Charlotte North, look at this one, lines it up and lets it fly. She has a hammer from the outside that is nearly indefensible. Marie McCool also has added a first half pair of goals to help extend that lead.
Allie Kennedy 2-2, 4 points. You mentioned McCool, 2 goals and an assist for 3. Charlotte North with 2 goals and an assist for 3. Anna Neville with a pair of goals for Team Great Britain. They need a lot more than that as they trail 12-6. That's not far from where we're staying. Not quite at the JW Marriott, but very nearby. The JW Marriott is where we are.
Just on the other side in that giant Marriott complex. This city is so well set up for this event. And talking with the USA Lacrosse staff. That was part of it, right? They wanted a walkable city where everything was close, and it has certainly delivered. You and I got to go explore town and get some dinner last night. I went for a little run this morning and saw some of the cool neighborhoods of downtown Indianapolis. Humble brag about my fitness.
Yeah, real quick. I didn't go for a run, but I did go to the gym last night.
You did. You did post-dinner.
After a big dinner.
Worked off that 10,000 calorie steak.
Woo. Those mashed potatoes. We had ourselves a dinner, but I did. Late night, midnight trip to the gym. Got to do what you got to do. Third quarter underway here at the USA Lacrosse Experience. Team switch sides. Team USA now attacking right to left. Sam Apuzzo did not go all the way in before pulling the trigger, and that one turned aside by Whittington.
Big save by Whittington, who's back in the goal. So they're going with quarters here, alternating.
I was a little surprised that Apuzzo didn't take one more step there. Who am I to second-guess Sam Apuzzo, to be fair? Another great find. And only Massera off the feed from Charlotte North, not able to put it in the back of the net.
I like that continual rotation motion. So they're working their way up the field and then throw it like a drive up and throw back, almost like what you would see in a men's man up.
Taylor Moreno into the game for Team USA. She's played 1 full game's worth of playing time through the first 2 games of the event, making 10 saves and allowing 6 goals between 1/2 against Colombia and 1/2 against Puerto Rico. A chance there near the doorstep for Lottie Robertson. She can't cash it in.
Alice Ripper looking for the alley-oop there. We've seen that a few times, that spot feed to the opposite corner and the dunk. If you can lull the defense to sleep up top and then feed it down low, it's worked a few times for Team USA. But that's where having that height advantage, some of these tall women, Puerto Rico especially has got the Carrasquillo sisters.
A couple of fakes, but not meant to be for Mastriani.
Maybe one fake too many. I would have liked to see her just take an extra step around the top of the crease and bury that one.
So a relatively slow start for Team USA here in the third quarter. And we can say that because we're not used to them going 2 minutes without scoring goals. They scored 9 in the second quarter. One storyline tonight not available for Team USA, Izzy Skane. Of course, the absolute superstar out of Northwestern.
Couple players from the tournament got a little banged up over the course of the week. It'll happen. It's something you've got to battle through, and that's where having these bigger rosters. What a save, one-on-one on Allie Kennedy by Whittington there.
After the awesome feed from Massera, right over top of the defender, Lauren Hart.
That's why you wear the baggy sweatpants right there. You catch it in the sweatpants.
And the Reeboks with the strap, of course. Everybody knows that. Emma Oakley. A couple of fakes, trying to shoot low. Nothing there for Sophia Wise.
I'm more of a boots with a fur kind of guy, but you know. Tomato, tomato, I guess.
I understand. The whole club's normally looking at you. That's the problem. Mastriani. Boy, the ball does not die on Team USA's sticks at all, does it?
No, so quick and always moving after they pass. Watch each Team USA player after they pass. They don't just stand. They're either looking for a teammate to cut and replace, or they're just adjusting with those micro adjustments to find the gaps and get themselves into space where they can shoot.
Mastriani stepping down there because the shot clock was about to expire, and we talk about it all the time. It's been one of the biggest themes about Sixes lacrosse, how much any deflection, any time where the ball goes the other way, how that can throw everything out of sync for an offensive set because you don't have much time to make up for it. Save leads to a reset. No, it wasn't. It was not touched by Taylor Moreno, and so it is a shot clock violation before Kent can get the shot off.
They look for that last second cut and dump, but just not quite enough time.
Oh, there's a lot of time and space there for Sam Apuzzo.
And it took nearly 5 minutes before our first goal in that half.
Number 2,
Sam Apuzzo, her second of the game, and a quick response.
And
So
it was Neville whose shot was deflected and it just kind of trickled in. But as I've said a few times, they don't ask how, they ask how many. And that one's going to count for Great Britain.
The how many for Neville is 3 for Great Britain at 7. So perhaps that U.S. goal just sort of broke the seal here in the second half. And
got a delayed penalty coming up for USA once this play ends.
It's so dangerous when Charlotte North even fakes like she's going to shoot. That one was deflected, the shot clock violation, but with the penalty, it will still be U.S. ball.
And that's going to be a green card hold. Looks like it's number 8 for Emma Savage there.
Green card issued to Great Britain's number 8, Emma Savage.
So I want to see something here. After this, when we get this is Samapuzzo. The last goal. We talk about how much they're constantly moving. Watch everything on this possession before Samapuzzo. She is not standing still.
She cuts down and doesn't just go to a spot and stand. Like you said, she cuts low, keeps her head up, curls up towards the ball, catches it, and continues her motion. That's a great look by our team at that motion, that continuous movement by this U.S. offense. It's so dynamic.
Just 3 seconds remaining on the penalty. Charlotte North. Charlotte North. Do you like sit up in your chair every time the ball is in the stick of Charlotte North?
It reminds me of as we get a nice rebound goal.
That's second time this quarter.
Savage is sprung from the box and goes and scores the equalizer.
First of the game for Emma Savage.
I picture every time Charlotte North winds up, I picture like the knuckle puck from Mighty Ducks, where everyone's just diving out of the way.
The legendary Keenan Thompson, of course.
Drives goalies crazy.
The D2, the Mighty Ducks. Oh, what a finish. Flying through Ali Mastriani, her second of the game.
Switching hands there. That is how you get to the middle. If there's not a great option with your right hand, you pop to the left. Get those hands in front of the cage, improve your angle, and score. Ali Mastriani doing a beautiful job of that.
9th of the weekend for Mastriani, makes it 15-8.
Oh, nice
Feed into the middle, but no. Taylor Moreno able to stop that from Emma Oakley. Transition, goals open. McCool didn't like what she saw, so she moves to the middle, and Kennedy is denied by Whittington. What a save.
High risk, high reward, comes all the way out of the crease. That was one where in field or in box, that is like a hospital pass to the max, but you can't hit in here. But Whittington does enough to disrupt and then gets back in the cage to make that huge save.
And McCool decided that the better decision, instead of just trying to fling it in the direction of the goal from where she was and hope that it goes in, was to move it back in the middle where things would likely still be unsettled. And she got exactly what she wanted. Whittington was just a little bit better in that spot.
Great Britain, they'll go on the woman advantage here as Ellie Massera is going to get a penalty, a 30-second penalty. But Great Britain's got to string together 2 or 3 goals in a row. They've only been able to answer with one, and really they've only had one set of back-to-back goals. So they need opportunities to score, get stops, and then score again, and this is a great way to start that.
Skip pass. Taylor Moreno there to stop Georgie Southorn. Thought that might lead to a break the other way, but
another green card. You see the over the head, catches a little bit of stick and a little bit of head.
And that is most certainly not allowed. So Southorn.
I almost had to get the second chair of despair out.
Green card issued to Great Britain's number 12,
30 seconds, so there's
Southmore.
24 seconds of woman up coming for Team USA after these first 6 seconds of 4-on-4.
Be curious to see. They don't really push it. Although it seemed like they left a little early there, but.
And a good fake, but off the pipe. That didn't set the bar. That was the bar. Dempsey Arsenal. Good, tough ground ball, but in trouble. Lost by Choma. Comes back. Dangerous pass. Don't know where Kuykendall was trying to go with that, but somehow it works out anyway.
They're going to. One referee's blowing. One referee on the back. The trail referee was calling a hold. And I thought she said no goal, but
it counted it.
She put her arms up. So I guess, you know what? It was a play on hold on Great Britain, so they
that's the
waved it
answer.
off. That's why.
Arsenault scores for the first
over
time
Great Britain.
tonight. The lead is 16-8 after 3. One more quarter to go here at the USA Lacrosse Experience.
All right, fans.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now at Gainbridge.io.
It's USALacrosse.com.
Back here at Carroll Stadium, getting ready for the fourth quarter. Team USA in front of Great Britain, 16-8. He is former Cornell and Boston Cannons star Mitch Belisle. I am former 23rd place finisher in the Belcara Health 5K in my age group, Glenn Clark, which I thought was impressive, but apparently our camera operator, Becca Kelly, ran a half marathon this morning and came over to work 4 games in the afternoon.
Just
What
a
a
quick
day.
13 miles, no big deal.
Right?
What a day for it, though. It was a nice day, not too hot this morning.
How much did you run this morning?
I did 4.5 miles.
Becca Kelly's scoffing.
She's like, that's my warm-up.
You think you're an athlete?
What did you, is that the walk from the hotel here?
Get ready for this fourth quarter. Team USA comfortably in front, 16-8. It's a good fight from Great Britain in the early going, but Team USA has shown to be the dominant side. And yeah, that was a good look, but not finished by Weeks.
Whittington remains in net, so she's good. It looks like she's going to play 3 of 4 quarters here for Great Britain. I think they think maybe she's been playing really well. They want to let her finish this one out.
Great Britain trying to get it going, maybe make this interesting. Winpenny not able to hold on to it. Fight for the ground ball. You get into those situations, there's an awful lot of friendly fire in those fights for ground balls. And sometimes it works out. We'll look ahead to Charlotte North for a 4th goal on the night.
Goal scored by number 21, Charlotte North.
North with her 4th. As advertised, Charlotte North, if you came out this weekend looking for your first chance to see in person this superstar, you have seen her score 13 goals now over 3 games.
A couple names we haven't said as much. Georgie Southorn, she had scored 8 goals coming into this game. She has yet to put a tally in the back of the net. And then Olivia Wimpenny with 7 goals. She's put 1 on so far. So USA clearly keying in on those 2 top players, and it's been very effective limiting them.
Kuykendall sends it out wide. Tough angle. McCool not able to put it on net.
Let's watch number 12 here. She'll be at the bottom left of your screen coming in. I'm curious to see if they're just playing tight defense on her. They've got her marked up right now by Ellie Massera, who does such a great job.
She actually snuck free for a second. They didn't make the skip pass.
And the U.S. is in a zone right now, so they're playing a little less one-on-one and more of that zone. So
Lottie Robertson trying to clean up the trash. I believe that's Waters back in. Kaylee Waters back between the pipes. And ground ball lost out of bounds for Great Britain, so it stays with Team USA. Quick restart.
And look how fast the ball gets up and over to the other side, but by the time the ball gets there, USA has already reestablished their shape. I think that's when you watch like a Colombia or a Puerto Rico, that's the kind of little nuanced things that they're going to have to continue to work on, is getting into those dangerous areas as quickly as possible on every quick restart. Nice jump there.
And I was wrong. It's not Waters. It is Moreno. And Moreno just steps out, picks it off, and now she looks to clear it herself.
She can't cross that midline, though. That is the only offside, is if your goalie goes across that midline. No angle, no problem there.
Not at all for Cassidy Spillis.
United States goal scored by
First of the
number
game
20,
for
Cassidy
Spillis. The all-time leading scorer at Rutgers, 266 career goals. The first of the evening. And her 5th of the weekend. Knifing through, great delivery from Choma. Number 2 on the night for Casey Choma. Number 8 on the tournament.
Scored by number 3, Casey Choma.
And Great Britain's going to choose to take a timeout, stop the bleeding a little bit here with 4:23 remaining in the 4th quarter. 2 games have already gone final today here on day 3. First game of the night saw the Puerto Rico women defeat Colombia 21-3. And the Puerto Rico men defeated Colombia 17-8. Last game of the event coming up next, 8 o'clock start time. Same 2 countries, the U.S. men taking on Great Britain. What do you want to see from the U.S. men in the finale?
I'd love to see them get a hot start. I think they've been a little slow in their 2 opening starts, and I'd like to see them really come out firing, see if they can get into their rhythm and their flow early. On the Great Britain side, they talk about being relentless. They talked about that full court press. It's going to be really hard against this hyper-athletic Team USA, but I'd love to see them at least try it and see what works. Put a little pressure on Team USA, who might be without a few stars tonight. A couple of the guys are a little banged up, so we'll see who they dress, but I anticipate they'll be slightly shorthanded. This event, obviously, able to dress 15 or 16 runners. When it gets to the Olympics,
that's right.
If you have a couple players get hurt, we see Izzy Skane on the bottom left of your corner in the red shirt. She is out for tonight. We talked about Concannon. Like, if you lose a key player out of your 10, you're losing potentially 10% of your offense. That's a tough one when you get to the Olympics.
Imagine how difficult this is going to be for Lindsay Monday to get this down to 10 field players for the 2028 Olympics, and you see all of the star power that they have in their program.
Well, and everyone who's been playing has been doing such a nice job over the course of this weekend.
Oh, and by the way, there can still be more stars that can work their way into the conversation over the course of the next 2 to 3 years. Not going to be easy to do. And you also wonder about maybe some older players that are, you know, I try to say this the correct way.
Seasoned veterans, is that what you're trying to say?
That are maybe not here this weekend, but would say, hey, check back in with me. When we get to 2026, ask me what I'm thinking about then, and I'll make a decision. Oh, what a behind-the-back feed, but off the pipe for Kennedy. And she's going to have to apologize for not finishing that to get the highlight.
That behind the back was so crisp and so on the money there. That was really a thing of beauty.
Mastriani. McCool
underneath.
And there's a good finish. This time it's Kuykendall on the board for the first time tonight.
By number 22, Erin Kuykendall.
And right in front, that one sent home by Sophia Wise. That's her 2nd goal of the game.
Great Britain goal scored by number 2, Sophia
20-9. You go under 3 minutes to play in the 4th quarter.
That's that X play. They continue moving the ball up and then throwing back.
Allie Kennedy denied by Whittington this time.
Allie Kennedy has had a great game. She's got 2 goals, but Whittington seems to have her number recently. She's got a couple saves.
Ooh, the daring attempt to pick that off by Apuzzo. Fortunately, they're able to scramble, get back in the hole, and a desperate shot at the end, but one that draws the foul.
And Marie McCool is going to go take a seat. She's shaking her head, doesn't agree with the call.
2:22 remaining.
As a collegiate coach, she's had more than her fair share of difference of opinions with the referees.
I refuse to believe that.
Number 4, Marie McCool.
I'm always hearing that coaches say to the officials, you're doing a great job, and we appreciate you being here.
But you know what? At the end of the day, they do.
They do,
And while they
actually.
disagree, you can't play a game without officials.
Oh,
and
Winpenny was in tight and couldn't finish it. Moreno, can she tiptoe that end line? Yes, keeps it alive. Dangerous pass,
2
sneaks
minutes
through.
left in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes.
Kayla Wood picks it up. Transition chance. Kennedy not going to miss that one.
You know Allie Kennedy had it in her head the last few saves
USA
that
goal
Whittington had
scored
made
by
on her. She
number
said,
30,
this time I'll
Allie
take the
Kennedy,
extra
her
step, I'll
third.
draw you out, and then I'll hang you out to dry. Oh, nice quick ball movement by Great Britain there. Can they capitalize?
Pass a little too far out in front of Torres Anderson from Robertson. Instead works back to the middle, and Winpenny is stoned by Moreno.
These Team USA goalies have looked phenomenal tonight. Whittington also doing a great job out there, making a lot of saves and a lot of one-on-one saves. We're going to get a timeout called by Lindsay Monday.
1:16 remaining, and we always like to remind you, because sometimes it's easy to say, why would you take a timeout up 12 with 1:16 left? But these are coaching situations. You turn them into practice situations. Hey, let's get over to this sideline and let's pretend like this is a 9-9 game, and we gotta score here to go in front. Because in practice, you're facing yourselves. It's nice to execute a situation like this when you're going up against players in a different color that are trying to stop you. How do you create that? By calling a timeout, by getting to the huddle and saying, let's execute something that we were working on. You don't know when this group is going to be back together, the same exact group, but most of these players are going to be part of this pipeline for the coming years, so you want them to execute what it is that you have in this spot.
This is the dress rehearsal practice right here. You can do something that you've been working on, like you said, but you can do it at full speed against an opponent who isn't kind of clued in. Like, you know, you can be on the side to do because the coach has been coaching it right on the other half of the field. Here's an opportunity to go against a team that doesn't know what they're about to see and try to execute flawlessly at top speed.
Another great performance from the American women. Over 20 goals in all 3 games they've played this weekend. Let's see what they run out of the timeout.
Double flip.
Charlotte North leaves it underneath, and that one did not work as it was clean picked off by Winpenny.
That was, I think, just it got a little too complicated on the backside. They tried the double pick, and then they weren't sure how to resettle on the back end.
Maybe they called the annexation of Puerto Rico. Or the Flying V to continue the Mighty Ducks theme, but instead, Ali Mastriani, her third of the night.
And that was you know what, we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Beat my defender, switch to my strong hand, and then power it past the goaltender.
Take it through the rack, 22-9. Team USA. See if they look to add one more in the closing seconds of this fourth quarter. A fruitful trip to Indianapolis for the U.S. women's national team. So much to like about how they played. Charlotte North trying to get real crafty in there.
Walking the dog one-handed there for a second and then goes for the shovel shot, but Whittington will just be content to get one last pass and shot.
Heave down, Moreno grabs it, and that's how this one comes to a close. Team USA finishes 3-0 here at the USA Lacrosse Experience as they defeat Great Britain 22-9. British Lacrosse 2-1 this weekend here in Indy. Some final thoughts from you on both of these teams, Mitch?
I really liked what I saw in terms of the compete level from Great Britain. I thought they played a very physical, tough game. I thought they gave USA everything they could handle, especially in that first quarter where it was a 3-2 game. USA came out and scored 2 more goals, and then Great Britain answered with 2 more. So I love their competitive level, and they're really skilled and fast and strong. On the US side, it's just too much. The speed and accuracy with which they move the ball and they run at a torrid pace, it's just almost hard to match.
22-9, the final score. An impressive performance, and the Charlotte North show was on full display throughout the course of not only this game, but the entire weekend here in Indy. We've got one more to go coming up at 8 o'clock. Same two countries, U.S. and Great Britain men, to finish us off. We'll be back with you for that one as you are watching USA Lacrosse Experience. beautiful downtown Indianapolis has been the site this weekend for the USA Lacrosse Experience as we have began the road to Los Angeles 2028. And we go once more into the fray this evening as the Team USA men play their final game of the experience, taking on the men from Great Britain. Here at Carroll Stadium on the campus of IU Indianapolis, Glenn Clark alongside Mitch Belisle. Mitch, Team USA men have looked sharp their first 2 games. What more do you want to see from them tonight against Great Britain?
I'd love to see how they approach the substitution game and the platoon format that Coach Shea talked about. Are they going 2 players, 3 players subbing, or what are they doing when they're changing from defense to offense and offense to defense?
We are underway. USA white shirts, blue shorts, white helmets, blue numerals, attacking left to right on your internet dial. Ground ball dug out by Ryan Conrad. He, TJ Malone, Matt Campbell, Justin Anderson, Asher Knowlting all getting their first starts tonight here against Great Britain, and going to work quickly and getting on the board.
That was a quick strike,
USA goal
turnaround
by
jumper.
20, Matt Campbell.
For Matt Campbell, that's his first goal of the game, and he has had quite the weekend. That's his 10th goal over 3 games. Great Britain in the red shirts, blue shorts, white helmets, white numerals. Colin Kirst denying Michael Pomfret.
Michael Pomfret finds himself wide open right there.
Absolutely. Pomfret, Ben Page Laycock, Thomas Rosser, Tommy Kirkland, Matthew Tatton, the starters for Great Britain, Willie Baxter in goal. And a good look from outside, but wide from Luke Mills-Doig. And possession goes back.
Mills-Doig was a participant on the England team at the World Lacrosse Box Championship. Got a chance to do a Zoom with him before that, and then got to spend some time with him over the course of the time at Utica. Michael Sowers dancing back there.
Couple of great fakes. And now stepping down, firing wide, Cole Kirst.
Slow starts has really been one of the hallmarks of this United States team. Although against Puerto Rico, they did jump out to a 6-0 lead in quarter 1. Against Colombia, a little bit of a 5-4 ease into the game as Colombia made it tough for them. Just seemed like it took them a bit to get into that flow offensively, and that seems to be the case in the first 2 minutes. We'll see if they start to find those open lanes.
USA is 2-0 coming into this. They ultimately turned around and beat Colombia 25-7, beat Puerto Rico 18-6 last night. Great Britain dropped their opener 16-14 to Puerto Rico as Kirst comes away with it, sends it forward before bouncing back to beat Colombia 21-18. 2 great games that Great Britain's been a part of.
Great pressure by Ryan Tierney defensively there. That was extended pressure defense one-on-one there.
Feet out wide, it was Lanian, and now the step down, saved. Pat Cavanaugh denied. Transition going the other way. Bickerton slows it down. Great Britain will settle up offensively.
Look at this pressure. Aslanian pressing way out on his defender.
Oh, what a shot. Difficult angle. That is not easy, but Daniel Jones on the board for the first time tonight.
Uses his defender as a screen, shoots right off the hip. Jake Taylor is actually the one who kind of screens Colin Kirst there, but nice take, but a quick answer there by United States.
Quick response in the first goal of the game for Justin Anderson.
And that's another inside feed to Anderson.
3rd goal of the tournament for Anderson, puts the USA back in front 2-1. We've referenced a couple times this conversation we had with their head coach Andy Shea last night, as that one won't go for Xander Dixon. One of the things that you've raved about that he couldn't say enough about was how unselfish his team is. Matt Campbell with his 2nd goal of the game.
Yeah, he loves this group. He loves how he said sometimes he'd almost rather they be a little bit more selfish and take that shot, and finding that balance between making the one more pass and taking the mid-range shot. That's something that they're working through. And I think this will be a great game to really test that out. What is the range where it makes sense to let it fly versus when do you want to make that one more pass?
Paige Laycock couldn't catch up to the errant pass, but moving screen the other way. Team USA in front 3-1. The thing that you keep talking about is how these offensive players, these offensive whizzes, I mean, Pat Cavanaugh, Michael Sowers, so willing to do the dirty work defensively. It's what it's going to require to play sixes at the Olympic level, but they have had absolutely no problem whatsoever signing up for, I think we noticed last night, Pat Cavanaugh, one of the great offensive players of this generation, didn't score against Puerto Rico, but he made a major impact on the game, and almost like he knew what we were talking about.
And there he is, which is a beautiful one-on-one defensive stop and takeaway there.
And he is willing to do the dirty work this time.
Just one-on-one, good. Gets his stick between the hands, knocks the ball down, and then also picks up the loose ball. Chris Aslanian is going to go to the box. We saw Chris Aslanian after said, is it Aslanian or Aslanian? He said, it's Aslanian, but you can call me Aslanian.
We're going to get it right. We apologize. I've heard so many people over the years say Chris Aslanian. Oh, a nice dive right on the edge of the crease. Bunio with the tiptoes.
Lyndon Bunio, he's been doing that since his days in the Rocky Mountains of Alberta, Canada.
6th goal of the tournament. Oh, ringing off the bar, TJ Malone. But there, clean it up, put it right back in. Great start to the game for Matt Campbell.
And you're not allowed to body check, and I think they're going to call a penalty on Great Britain here, a yellow card. That's a 1-minute penalty. I believe that's on Bunio. But Justin Anderson was saying, well, there's no rules against hitting on the offense when the ball's in your stick, and he just drops his shoulder into the Great Britain defender.
Gauges the contact. So man-up opportunity for Team USA. Pass behind TJ Malone. He's at least able to slow it down. And there, finished by Malone. Man-up goal for Team USA. TJ Malone, the Rookie of the Year.
USA goal scored by number 7.
His
TJ
first of the game.
Malone.
His 4th of the weekend for the Maryland Whip Snake. Makes it 4-2.
Mike Pomfret, that one bounced off the top of his stick. As Great Britain's trying to kill off this penalty, that there is no release of the penalty.
Oh, good fake, but no angle there for Cole Kurse, so he just keeps it moving. And Dixon winds up, but he has that turned aside by Baxter.
Both Michael Sowers and Grant Amon, I saw them in the lobby this morning, a little banged up, but both of them out here playing tonight, so clearly not too banged up to compete tonight. Great to see them out here.
The behind-the-back effort from Jake Taylor is denied by Baxter. Baxter came in tonight having made 20 saves over 1 full game's worth of time. He played a half in both the Colombia and Puerto Rico games.
Xander Dixon playing some defense back there, the Slim Reaper.
Talk about it, man. Every single one of these guys buying in. They want to be part of this program. They want to represent their country. Oh, great movement. Xander Dixon, however, is denied by Baxter.
Baxter, you know I don't speak Spanish.
A goal was issued to the United States number 20, Matt Campbell, his 3rd during the last
Transition.
Great Britain penalty.
Finish from Alex Russell. Now I was waiting because for
Great
some
Britain
reason
goal
it took a
scored
long
by
time
number
for them to
5,
recognize that
Alex
Matt
Russell.
Campbell goal.
Oh,
Tight, not finished
great opportunity
by
there.
Ryan Tierney. The score is 5-3. Campbell's got the hat trick here in the first quarter.
I think that was Tevlin there with the twister attempt. Livingston, New Jersey native, right one town adjacent to mine.
6 seconds left. Conrad pushes it ahead, and was it in time? No. No goal. Ryan Tierney, they say, did not get it off in time. does not count. It was a heck of a shot.
Fans don't like it. That was a beautiful rip, and
This always goes back to, I think, one rule about sports. If it's really cool, it should count. This one, however, does not. 5-3, Team USA in front of Great Britain after one here at the USA Lacrosse Experience in Indianapolis.
If they could see themselves play and then we can correct it and then bring those corrections to the field, that's every coach's dream.
Matt Campbell with a first quarter hat trick. Team USA in front of Great Britain 5-3. Glenn Clark, Mitch Belisle with you from Indianapolis. Final game of the USA Lacrosse Experience. Back and forth affair in this first quarter. Great Britain getting some big time saves from Willie Baxter, who to my knowledge has not been punted. And they've been able to hang in there because of it.
Baxter does remain alive and well, but he is facing an onslaught of shots from that top left shooter spot. Matt Campbell has been lethal from out there. Ryan Tierney letting it fly a few times from range. We mentioned earlier in the day yesterday that they really, this USA offense, weird
Michael
face-off
Sowers
goal.
quickly, wasting no time. His first of the game.
But these face-offs so dangerous because such a scramble. You got to make sure you're matched up one-on-one.
It's not quite, but it almost feels like a soccer penalty. Like if you win the face-off, it's like I feel like it's an 80% chance that you're going to score out of it.
Yeah, we'll see. I think that will be an area where they start to practice more because it only happens 4 times. It's not the biggest deal, but those can be crucial moments to start the momentum of a quarter. So I imagine they'll start working on that. What a look and what a feed.
And a new goalie. Nope, sorry, take it back. It's still Baxter. Sorry, everybody. My bad. Baxter picking up where he left off. Oh, from an impossible angle. What a shot. And delivery from Chris Aslanian.
Scored by number 3, Chris Aslanian.
High to high, heat just beats Baxter to a spot there.
First of the night, 4th of the tournament for Aslanian. Team USA scores the first 2 goals of the second quarter. They have their largest lead at 7-3. And kind of crunch time already for Team Great Britain, and they take advantage, working it inside to Shirt.
Nice handle there by Shirt. That one was deflected by a Team USA defenseman, but the focus of Shirt to watch that one into his stick, take his time to put a fake on Kirst, and now we've got a delayed penalty here. Asher Nolting's going to use his
Great
body.
Britain goal scored by number 11, William Shirt.
That'll be held on to, but deep in the shot clock, just 9 seconds remaining. Nolting started to his right, moves it to the middle, across his body. Nice finish, really well executed. Justin Anderson, his second goal of the game.
And that must have been a green card because they let that the goal go. The green card is waved off and they continue playing. Of course, if you're just tuning in for the first time, 6 is a little bit different than field. This is the game that they put together for the Olympics. Fewer players, only 10 runners and 2 goalies on the Olympic roster. These teams have a few more.
Oh, what a stop. Colin Kirst getting the start tonight. He had made 11 saves over his first 2 games. Makes a great one right there. Coming the other way.
Nice save there by Baxter.
Going low in order to come up with that one. Battle for the ground ball. Team USA and Xander Dixon come away with it. Sowers, skip pass. Doesn't get through for Piper Bond. He's been a physical presence this weekend, Piper Bond.
Sometimes a little too physical. They've had to remind him that there are no body checks allowed in the Sixes game. That's one difference. Going back to what I was saying earlier, there's 3 different types of penalties. There's the green card, which is like a technical type infraction. Those are 30 seconds. It's called a minor. There's a yellow card. That's a major for 1 minute. And then there's the expulsionary red card. So all those similar to soccer. As Colin Kirst takes a little bit of a shoulder there.
Alex Russell was sort of expecting where Paige Laycock was going to go, but didn't connect on the pass. Speaking of not connecting on the pass, that one too tall for Brian Tevlin. Out of bounds, back the way of Team Great Britain. And we're going to get a timeout for Team GB here with 4:09 remaining make it 4:10 remaining in the second quarter. It's been a great weekend. We have so many people that we want to thank for all of their hard work. Everybody at Team USA has been wonderful to us. USA Lacrosse has done an amazing job from top down. Brian Logue has been extraordinarily helpful throughout the course of the weekend, and we have greatly appreciated being out here with USA Lacrosse for this event. ISC has had an amazing crew working with us, led by Jordan Shue, Becca Kelly, David Kahn, Kevin Reynolds, Jason Thompson, Dalton Cox, Michael McManus. They have all been working hard throughout the weekend. Also, our friends Keith and Paul from USA Lacrosse have been great to us. Everybody has been hospitable here in Indianapolis. Could not say enough kind things about everyone involved with this event.
Yeah, it has been a first-class, top-to-bottom event. The fans, couple parents of players have just talked about how great this has been and what a special and unique experience to bring to the Midwest. USA Lacrosse will be taking the show on the road, I think to Dallas is the next stop.
Of course, there's going to be a Sixes World Championship before the Olympics, hosted by World Lacrosse. Wow, just tucking that inside the pipe. What a finish for Dan Jones out of the timeout.
Dan Jones has come out playing like a man possessed today.
Scored by number 16,
second of the game for Jones, cuts it to 8-5. And getting it back, but skipping it wide. Grant Ament. Grant Ament, you mentioned, a little banged up, but out there. The first team All-Pro. 2021 Attacker of the Year in the PLL.
Just a prolific career under my former head coach, Jeff Tambroni. Coach Tambroni couldn't have enough good things to say about Grant Ament. And then pros battled through some injuries. He was talking about this morning when I saw him talking about how happy he's been to play injury-free with the Archers this summer. He played midfield for the first time as opposed to his normal attack role, and you can see it in his defense, how good he is. And on cue, there he catches it.
What a snag. The behind-the-back pass. Give me all of that. Oh, Matt Campbell with the finish. But Grant Ament, he deserves, I'd say, 90% of the credit.
That was beautiful, and you will be seeing that tonight on the highlight reel.
Fourth of the game for Matt Campbell. Grant Ament with the snag and the assist. Ooh, that one not finished. On the fast break, Ryan Conrad couldn't get it on cage.
Nice save there by Colin Kirst. A great take underneath there by Tommy Kirkland, who has been strong for this Great Britain team. Done a little bit of everything. He's more of a defender, but you can see he can take the ball, but that time.
Very nicely done inside Kavanaugh to Taylor. The Notre Dame connection. Paying off on the world stage, Jake Taylor. The only collegiate player on this roster. His next goal at Notre Dame will be his 100th career collegiate goal.
And he has scored some big ones. Go back and watch some of Jake Taylor's goal for those that were watching. I believe it was the Final Four, that thriller, that twister overhead, just circus shot. Absolute insanity.
It really is crazy to think about like how much Notre Dame has lost, and yet they're still very much in the conversation to three-peat next year. Like, it's nuts. Their depth, this is one of the deepest college lacrosse teams I think we have ever seen at Notre Dame over the last couple of years.
Yeah, they've built quite the dynasty there. I'm hoping my Big Red with the return of C.J. Kirst, Michael Long, hoping that they're able to push and challenge Notre Dame for the crown this summer.
Malone puts it on goal, but it's saved by Baxter. I'm going to assume did not consume an entire wheel of cheese before this game. It would be very aggressive. Cleanly picked. Back on the ground. Ooh, pile up behind. Kirst comes out to try to fight for it. Now he's got to get back and doesn't get back in time. The
Bunio.
diving goal from Bunio.
Bunio has been doing that all weekend. He's got the box background. He's so good at the one-handed dive. I saw him do it up in Utica. We've seen him do it here in Indianapolis. You name a city, and Bunio will dive and put the ball in the back of the goal in it.
7th of the weekend for Lyndon Bunio. Now Baxter was out of cage. Kavanaugh doesn't force it, makes a nice skip pass. But then on the rebound, first you don't succeed, Grant Ament, go get it back and put it home.
Cheeky, the shot, get your own put. That's like a putback in basketball. We talk about how similar this is to basketball. That is following up the rebound with the slam dunk, except this time he just taps it in.
Grant Ament, his first of the game, and the U.S. lead at the half is 5 as they're in front 11-6. Come back in, recap what you missed earlier in the day, take a look at some first half highlights, and get you ready for half number 2. We're in Indianapolis at Carroll Stadium for the USA Lacrosse Experience.
All right, fans, turn your attention down to the...
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now at Gainbridge.io.
When a child picks up a lacrosse stick, they welcome the wonder of something new. They gain a community and the lasting friendships it creates. At USA Lacrosse, we believe the sport is an opportunity for families to create a lasting connection and make memories that last a lifetime. Catch the fun and bring a friend to pick up and play. During National Celebrate Lacrosse Week this November, head to usalacrosse.com/celebrate lacrosse to find a clinic near you.
Every player knows the skills you learn on the field can be the foundation for anything you choose to do in life.
Thank you for connecting me to a greater community.
We're growing beyond goals on the field.
And our futures are united.
So thank you, lacrosse.
For inspiring me to be me.
We are better,
Safer,
and wiser together.
and we're building a stronger future
For everyone.
Welcome back to Carroll Stadium in Indianapolis, where the United States leads Great Britain 11-6 in the final dozenth game of a dozen here at the USA Lacrosse Experience. None of this would be possible without our sponsors, and we'd like to thank them right now. First and foremost, thank you to Bibimbap Asian Grill.
Bibimbap Asian Grill is kind of a big deal. People know them. They're very important. They have many leather-bound books, and their apartment smells of rich mahogany.
That is what most people know about Bibimbap, but do you know about our second Condado Tacos, tequila and spirits?
If you are in a glass case of emotion, the best thing for you is some Condado Tacos, tequila, and margaritas.
And what would you do? How would you say you would handle a Penn State East Coast sub?
60% of the time, Penn Station East Coast subs work every time.
That I'm going to have to disagree. 100% of the time they worked for us.
Right about that.
But then finally we've got Taylor's Bakery, tailor-made for you since 1913.
Taylor's Bakery. Boy, that escalated quickly. Taylor's Bakery. Do you have a Trident? Appreciate all of our great partners and sponsors.
I think Brick killed the guy.
Appreciate you putting up with our nonsense tonight. Let's take a look at our first half highlights, see how it is that Team USA has built up this 11-6 advantage. And it was, again, you talked about slow starts. I don't want to say this was a slow start as much as it was maybe more of a methodical start for Team USA this evening.
I really liked what they were doing. They were finding teammates on the inside. They were moving the ball. Look at that, just quick flip. They're just so efficient and effective.
Pat Cavanaugh with that finish is, boy, we're right back to action here in the third quarter.
Oh, I thought that was a replay.
Yeah.
No, this is real life.
Yeah, Pat Cavanaugh getting the job done. I'm sorry our silliness prevented you from highlights. I'm sure we'll get some more highlights before the evening is over there.
I thought that was a very funny joke. I wrote that in my journal.
Pat Cavanaugh with his first goal, and his first goal over the last 2 games. And, boy, it's just a recurring theme off of face-offs. Teams are scoring goals. You win a face-off, you score a goal.
It's the wild, wild west as you're allowed to come all around that circle. It's not like you're running just 2 players off those wing lines, so it seems like there always is an offensive player streaking, and when the team that picks it up can find that streaker.
Going the other way, shot not on target from William Shirt. Earlier tonight, he scored his first goal of the USA Lacrosse Experience. And too many men on the field for Team USA.
Tried to sneak a 6th in there, but the referees were wise to it.
Yes, that's cheating. You're not allowed to do that, even if it's not intentional. That's what my kid would tell me. I didn't mean to. It doesn't matter. You already did it.
No harm, no foul. Great Britain gets the ball.
Coming back the other way, Alex Russell.
Lyndon Bunio, he has been a bright spot for this Great Britain offense. Another underneath move there for Bunio using his big frame.
He's got a hat trick now, an 8 for the weekend at Lyndon Bunio to make it 12-7. Trying to get top side. Cole Kirst works its way back. Oh, the stinger, Loda high. Ryan Tierney creating an angle and perfectly putting it in the corner.
Tierney Loda high is a thing of beauty. He like Charlotte North from that right side, Ryan Tierney from that left side. What a beautiful back and forth.
First of the game
and
for
then a little
Ryan
defense
Tierney.
for him right here.
That was tipped. Didn't get out anyway. And yeah, it's going to be a shot clock violation. And that time that Michael Pomfret was just sort of hoping that ball was going to roll out of bounds. Ends up really hurting Great Britain because it wastes away the last couple of seconds they could have had on the possession.
Well, either way, there still wouldn't have been a shot clock. Reese's Michael Sowers showing that quickness. That one rings off the pipe. If not, Hal Jobang.
Ground ball picked up by Ament. And yes, to your point, new goalie. New goalies on both sides. Jobang for Great Britain. Comes in for this second half. Jobang through 2 games. 11 saves. 16 minutes of game action coming in. He won't get that one, however.
Cavanaugh with the twisted hands. Using his body. Really good ball movement, but then just a solid one-on-one.
Second goal of the quarter for Pat Cavanaugh. 14-7 Team USA. Liam Entenmann has come on between the pipes for the Americans. Oh, a rifle! Chris Aslanian just hammering that down. And I did it again, Aslanian. You see what I did? Old habits die hard. Chris Aslanian.
I don't know what that top left corner said to this Team USA squad, but they have been
angry,
decimating it. And speaking of which, another goal, another hat trick for Great Britain this time.
Dan Jones.
It's the man, the myth, the legend, Daniel Jones.
15-8, working free in front. Speaking of myths and legends, we're going to be talking about this Matt Campbell performance for some time.
Just a cool 5
USA
here.
goal scored by number 20, Matt Campbell, his 5th.
He likes to plead his 5th. 5th. Good work in front. Will Prescott able to beat Entenmann. Prescott's first of the game.
Great
Makes it
Britain goal scored
16-9.
by number 4, William Prescott.
Liam Entenmann coming into this one through 2 games. He made 14 saves, including an incredible 9-save effort in one half against Puerto Rico last night. Dueling Will Mark.
Nice defense by Cole. Cursed right there. One-on-one physical with the wrap check to dislodge the ball. Love seeing that from the big 4-7.
Cutting off the angle. Finishing the job to get the ball back. No, I wanted him to do it. You make the defensive play, you got to be taking that shot, right?
Reward yourself, Glenn. Reward yourself.
Tierney getting free, going high. He can go low to high. He can go high to high.
USA goal scored by number 14,
all the way out.
Ryan
Entenmann
Tierney,
cuts that off.
his 2nd.
Tierney's 2nd of the game. Makes it 17-9.
Great Britain has been doing a great job of answering the bell every time that United States scores, but United States will score 1, 2, and then Great Britain will have 1. US will score 1, 2, 3, and then Great Britain has 1. They need to put together a little mini run of their own. They have yet to score a back-to-back goal in this game.
Eamon got hung up by Tommy Kirkland, but he'll get a new shot clock after the whistle. Back on the turf. And collision stays down here with Team USA. Dixon to the near side. Tevlin works its way in front. You can see the frustration, as that is not one that will normally be missed.
What a beautiful feed and a quick stick there by Jake Taylor. Another little Notre Dame to Notre Dame connection, although Tevlin did his final year at Yale.
Just a minute and a half remaining in this 3rd quarter. In trouble. Alex Russell keeps his balance, keeps the offense moving. That's off the post.
Sorry, reverse that.
Yeah, the other way around.
Tevlin
right?
was at Yale, did a final year at Notre Dame.
Russell feeds it underneath. Oh, great job of holding on through the collision.
As Lanyon got a big old chunk of the backside of Ben Page Laycock, and I think he's probably going to go to the box for that.
Scored by number 9.
Page Laycock gets his first goal of the game, which is his 8th of the weekend.
That was actually Bunio. So Bunio picked up the garbage.
Oh, okay, got it after
scored,
the first. Thank you.
It was intended for Page Laycock.
Yes,
he just wasn't able to handle that because he got cross-checked. So Bunio's got a 4 spot.
He does. Asher Nolting's on the board. Had the defender hung up, made his move, determined.
By number 32, Asher
Took
Nolting.
it himself, called his own number. Gets his first goal of the night to make it 18-10. Final minute of the 3rd quarter. Dixon, stutter step. Sorry, of course it's the other number 10, and then we see a wild shot from Rosser.
I like that over-the-head attempt. Just got to get that on net. Sometimes goalies don't expect it, although Entenmann seems to expect every shot that comes towards him.
There's something about Liam Entenmann. Oh, that pass just a bit too tall for Cole Kirst. 10 seconds left for Great Britain to try to do something here. And instead, a couple of seconds for Team USA to try to do something. Sowers with the fake, trying to get a shot off. Not able to get anything on it. It's easily handled by Joe Beng. But the lead grows for Team USA after 3. They're in front, 18-10. One more quarter to go here at the USA Lacrosse Experience.
If they could see themselves play and then we can correct it and then bring those corrections to the field, that's every coach's dream.
Turn
One more quarter to go from here in downtown Indianapolis. Team USA comfortably in front of Great Britain, 18-10. He is former Cornell and Boston Cannons standout, Mitch Belisle. I am former Asian Zing wing-eating invitational champion, Glenn Clark.
Former or reigning?
No, unfortunately, I've had to step out of that game, Mitch. Much like you have moved on from your playing career, I had to move on from my own playing career.
Is there a play-by-play necessary for the Zing Wing eating contest? Because that is, that was a natural progression for me. That could be your next move.
I remember correctly, the only play-by-play that was necessary was I think that was the only thing anyone needed to hear. What has impressed you most about Team USA? You know what? Let's go a different direction, Mitch. I'm going to give you the question that I've given some of the other countries. For Team USA, it is not a foregone conclusion. They did not win gold in Birmingham at the World Games in the first major sixes competition on the international level. They're obviously looking good this weekend. But if they're going to win the inaugural Olympic gold medal on their home turf, what do they need to do over the next 4 years to make sure they are the best sixes program in the world as TJ Malone scores the first goal of the fourth quarter?
They've got to figure out ways to defend Canada, the Canadian transition, and the Canadian two-man game. That's the part that none of the teams that they've played here at the USA Experience have played a ton of two-man games that you see, like that box style. Oh, there's a nice little
Paige
goal.
Laycock. Not worse for wear after that hit down to the other end.
But I think handling the Canadian transition, dealing with the two-man game, and then finding ways to score on what has become one of the hottest goalie duos in Dylan Ward and Brett Dobson. Brett Dobson on the younger side, he is very likely going to be hitting his prime come Olympics time, so I anticipate he'll probably be the starting goalie for that Canadian team. And he has just had everyone's number for years and years in the PLL.
Great finish from Aslanian.
For the last few years, I should say.
He joins the hat trick party. His third of the game to make it 20-11. And we'll go to the other side for Great Britain. A country that's been in the mix, that's been among the top programs in the world at most international competitions. Rosser's shot wide.
I think it's continuing to find a few players who can break down that one-on-one matchup. Right now, they just don't have the shake, the explosive one-on-one dodgers that can beat their man, draw, slide, and then move that quickly. I think if they get 2 or 3 more of those type players, they've got some great finishers in Ben Paige Laycock and Lyndon Bunio. I think 16. Daniel Jones has done a nice job one-on-one, but I think they need a few more players that can create separation to get other guys to finish.
Dumped in front. Man-up opportunity for Great Britain.
Bunio.
Make it count. Lyndon Bunio for the 5th time tonight.
He has been a bright spot, and that's the area where if you can get him free by creating pressure elsewhere, that's going to be really beneficial, and it's worked extremely well tonight. They just need a few more of those type players to complement the finishers of Bunio and Ben Paige Laycock.
Shot doesn't get through for Ryan Conrad.
Great Britain still looking for their first back-to-back goal. This could be the opportunity.
Oh, what a chance in front. My word, another great dive from Bunio. This one, not good, but the effort that he is putting in, putting his body on the line around the crease.
I tried to tuck that and it almost got stuck in his stick and went straight down.
Sowers thinks about it, hops to his left, feeds it back up top. Not sure if Kirst was expecting it.
They're getting low on the shot clock here with 3 seconds.
Got to go. And shot wide from Sowers. Team USA looking to finish up 3-0.
Great Britain, 20-12. That's not a bad place to be right now. If they can get a couple strong possessions, score a few, get some stops. They could be right back in the mix heading towards the last few minutes of this. That would be a great way to finish up this USA Lacrosse Experience.
A little bit too much on the outlet pass. Get a 2-car pileup. You see Rosser saying, hey, let me go on the restart. I think we got numbers.
Rosser could have been the recipient, but there it is.
Works its way back in front. An easy finish for Rosser. His first goal of the game, and there you go. Back-to-back goals for Great Britain. And they're back within a touchdown.
That's all about the hustle. And Bunio just posted up in his spot on the left side of the crease there. It's funny, talking to Coach Shea, he talked about, he's like, I don't really get to coach that much in this game because it's so fast. What a nice look there.
Really nifty pass. Malone to Taylor. Two of the younger players on this roster. Taylor scores his second goal of the night, 21-13, and Great Britain will take a timeout with 3:26 remaining. It was really interesting, Andy Shea talking about that, and I think it walks hand in hand with one of the comments that you made about, there not being those emotional moments. I've mentioned this a couple times in Calling Sixes. Goals are just goals. It's just, oh, that happened. They're not big moments that change the course of a game and upend things. And from a coaching standpoint, it feels like there's a little bit, the emotion of coaching is kind of taken out of this version of the sport.
You can't tell someone what they did wrong because they're too busy having to defend the next
Gotta
possession.
go.
You can talk to players on the sideline. You can't really, you have one coach that can manage the box. You got to do that quickly. You can't make mistakes there because we've seen US has had too many men twice already, right? So you got to manage the box. You've got to talk to players when they come off, and then you got to recognize patterns and adapt to them quickly, but you really can't change that until the quarter's up. So if you're going with that platoon where you're keeping offense, defense out, you're going to have to take those guys and say, hey, this is what they're doing. We got to adjust to it, and you got to do that very, very quickly. So you kind of got to keep it simple, stick to your game plan for a full quarter, and then adjust from there.
And obviously Andy Shea's point was, I don't want to step in and run but these guys know what they're doing, running the box, so I'm not going to do it. Wow, what a shot from Jones. He's had a night.
That's his fourth of the evening. He's been able to find ways to score all over the field.
21-14. Tom Wenham's got to be happy his team executes out of the timeout. They have one remaining. 3 minutes to play in the fourth. Kavanaugh with the fake. Moves it back down underneath, and a great finish. Again, that Notre Dame connection. Irish to Irish. Kavanaugh to Taylor.
And that's just a beautiful two-man game. I love they transferred it to X, got right into a quick two-man game, and then executed. That was just flawless from top to bottom, just how you draw it up on the whiteboard.
22-14. Working around, getting his hands free, but not pulling the trigger. Pomfret. Team USA is able to take it away. Pushed ahead. He's slowed down. Ground ball picked up. Kavanaugh works his way free, and he bangs it home. Nice look.
Goal scored by number
Kavanaugh's
50,
third of the game.
His third.
23-14.
That was a golden opportunity for Great Britain there that was just wide by Mike Pomfret. I think that must have tipped off someone.
Apparently did, because Xander Dixon thought it was going the other way, but he was informed very quickly. No, that's Bunio's ball.
Bunio gets underneath but can't score, but then Johnny on the spot as it's scooped up and fed right back to him. Bunio with the sock trick. The first 6-goal score we've seen this whole tournament.
Great Britain goal scored by number 9, Lyndon Bunio. His 6th.
23-15. Minute and a half to play. Kirst. Trying to feed it to Sowers. It's deflected out. Stays with Team USA. Just 5 on the shot clock here. Sowers is going to go create for himself. Nice hop step, and oh, that is so good.
You saw Sowers one-on-one isolated against a Great Britain defender, and you just kind of felt bad for William Prescott, who made his attack. You know the quickness of number 22, Michael Sowers, and that is just impossible to defend.
Dan Jones, speaking of so good, number 5 for him tonight. It's number 2 for
Great Britain
Sowers.
goal scored by number 16.
24-16, under a minute to play.
Our highest point total of the entire weekend, 40 points scored.
Coming back the other way, TJ Malone makes it his favorite Dave Matthews Band song, 41. I don't know if that's his favorite Dave Matthews Band song or not.
It will be now.
For years, lacrosse players and Dave Matthews Band walked hand in hand. I'm not so sure that's still the case these days. Getting free. One more for the road for William Shirt, who hadn't scored all tournament coming into tonight, but has 2 this evening.
Great Britain goal scored by number 11, William Shirt, his second.
Final 30 seconds. That one won't go for Grant Ament.
You hear the Great Britain team fired up for Joe Bang making that save there on Grant Ament.
I kind of thought they might even call a timeout and try to run something there in the final seconds, but they give it back. Nice opportunity for Team USA. Working free with one hand. Jake Taylor showing off.
He likes to score, how they say, the fancy goal, and that is exactly what he does there. One-handed, his best impression of Mark Matthews for those who partake.
4th of the game for Jake Taylor, and the last goal of the event, 26-17. Team USA defeats Great Britain to finish 3-0 here at the USA Lacrosse Experience. Your thoughts on what you saw from both of these teams tonight?
This USA team, their ball movement, their unselfishness, so impressive. And just their handles, right? They made maybe 2 turnovers, unforced turnovers. And then on the other side, Great Britain, I loved their fight. I loved how much they continued to go hard to the cage. They found players on the inside. They cut hard. Relentless was the word they described themselves, and I thought they did exactly that. They were relentless on the ride. They put a lot of pressure on Team USA defensively, and they made it a heck of a game.
It was an entertaining affair here in the finale. 43 combined goals. Andy Shea having a conversation with his team as they get their first sense of what's ahead and moving towards the 2028 Olympics. What a weekend we have had here in Indianapolis. So appreciative of everyone in this great city, everyone at USA Lacrosse. Thank you, Brian Logue. Thank you, Keith Snedden. Thank you, Paul O'Hanian, who came up here before every game to deliver us the starters. Jordan Shue, the entire ISC crew, thank you to all of you. Mitch Bilal, what a pleasure this has been, man.
Glenn, I've had fun.
We can do this again in the future. Your final score, Team USA 26, Team Great Britain 17. For the entire crew, I'm Glenn Clark. You have been watching the USA Lacrosse Experience.